Today I'm going to teach you one card which is with the gesso. How to use stamping gesso resist. It is called gesso resist. In this we are going to use a big background stamp with the gesso. So for this I am using the rubber stamp. I'm using gesso white. It can be any brand, and a sponge. Now dab the gesso over the stamp quickly. You have to be little fast because the gesso also dries quickly. It should not be very thin, not very thick. You can take the any stamp, small or big. I am using Irish paper 230 GSM for this. Now I will lay this paper over the stamp, and then just take one tissue paper or a big any paper and keep it over it, and then just rub it. You have to rub this, and as we do the stamping, give a little pressure so you get a little thick layer of gesso. Now slowly remove the paper, and here you will see there is some gesso. Maybe in the video it's not visible. Then keep this aside. Yes, you have to wash this very quickly, or at least put it in the tub or spray some water and leave it aside. Now this has to dry completely. In this I am doing right now the blue part. Then I am going to use sprays. You can use sprays or you can use distress inks, but distress inks fade out very easily, so I am using inks. Now I am using dilution ink spray. You can also use distress spray or Lindy spray, any sprays. In this I am going to create a little two-color tone of background, and it has to be little bit dark. Now if you see slowly you can see the stamping. Now slowly it will dry and you will see white. After it dries, semi dries, we will wipe off little bit of ink so that the stamp from below can be seen. Now I will also spray some water to this. Now till this dries, I'm going to take this excess on my other tag so that I can use that color for some other background. See how dark it is. So we can use this paper for some other projects. See, so nice it looks. Yes, so now once this is done, I'm going to take my tissue and then just dab over it so you can see my stamping below this. Now this is called resist. Don't dry it with your heat tool because it will fade off. The color will really fade off. Again, what you can do is take this extra color from down. So there's a lot of color on my mat, and then again just dab over it so that the white will be seen and that becomes a little darker shade. Yes, you can again distress over this if you want to make it even a little more darker. See, like this. This is called Gesso resist. Once you put gesso on the stamp, even if the color will not stay on the stamp areas, now after a few seconds it will become white. See, it's turning whitish. Now I will color the edges with distress. Once it dries, I will leave it for drying. Now same I am doing for the small tag in which I have placed over here. So I am again taking one stamp. This is the stamp, and I am going to use gesso. Now I will show you with distress ink, distress ink pad, how the color fades. With the sprays it won't fade that much, but with the with water and ink it fades more. So stamp over this. Now let this dry. Now this is also dried at the same time. Now color this paper and spray. Now see this, when I'm doing it with the distress, I am not getting the effect that I want. I cannot see it very clearly. But when I do it with the spray, yes, I can see the effect very nicely. I will show you a few samples that I have made with that effect. See this with the white resist and spray, how beautiful this looks. Now I can distress this. So directly with the distress ink you will not get that good effect. Now I can distress this. I can give it more darker shade to it. Whatever colors you want to now blend in, you can do that. And then I'm going to cut this like a tag. And now stick it one above the other like this. How I have stuck this, I have made a card, and then again put this on another card like this and stick it. So you can also do this like this. Now see how white this has come out. So after it dries, it will give you more whiteness. So don't panic when you're putting the ink. It will slowly and gradually, when you rub, you will get the effect. Yes, some of the people also ask me whether you can use wet wipes to wipe this. You can use wet wipes, but with the wet wipes again, the dilution ink or whatever you have used will also get soaked up. So it is better to use dry than the wet. Only if you don't get the effect later, then you can try rubbing it over with the wet wipe so that this white comes up. So this is the gesso resist technique. This is the card which I'm going to teach on for my workshop also. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.